At Loc-Doc Security, our mission is to help you protect your people and your property. And today we're going to be asking the question, how to choose the right padlock. And that really falls in line to protecting your property. Right?
Yes, it does.
So Zach has got a couple of different options here, and we've got some fun videos to share with you. This is something we've been talking about for a long time, so this is pretty exciting to share this with you today. Really kind of putting these padlocks to the test in a very unique way. So yes. Zach, tell us a little bit about what you guys were doing out back.
Yeah, so we took a couple padlocks, 3 to be exact. There's a lot of padlocks out there. There's a lot of different brands. There's a lot of padlocks that you can look into. Well, we just chose a couple. We just chose 3 of them. We're going to go out. We're going to hook them to a chain in the middle and hook them to 2 cars, and we're going to pull them and see kind of the test strength of the force of if a lock will break or not. Okay. Or a padlock will break or not.
So you've got chain. It's a heavy-duty chain, which we'll see in the video. And we've paired them up in kind of a tractor pull style,
yes,
I guess, with...
or truck pull style.
Truck pull,
there
okay.
you go. Right. Pull style.
And we've got our rapid response vehicle, which is a smart car, a small smart car, yes, versus a Dodge Ram with a Hemi.
Yes.
So a very equally compared situation here.
Absolutely.
But we're going to pair those up and see exactly what happens. So let's start with kind of our first padlock, which is kind of the
go-to padlock. This is kind of our go-to padlock, something that you're not looking to secure Fort Knox. You're just looking to kind of secure something, make sure that nobody's going to really get in. Locks only keep honest people out. If you want in bad enough, they're going to get in some way, form, or fashion, whether it's grinding it off, however you want to do that. But the first padlock we used was this padlock here. We took it, we hooked it to the chains, and it withstood a lot of pressure. It did not actually break. Okay. With the amount of force that we used on it, we don't have the testing force, but obviously that would be a little more time.
It's a truck versus a car.
Truck versus a car. Pulled on it pretty hard, and this lock did not fail at all. It's still working perfectly fine, as you can see.
Let's play that video real quick, and so we can see what happens. We've got, you see the truck there. This is the padlock in the middle. And
just kind of hooked it together with both sides.
Now this padlock is a brass body with a hardened shackle. So the silver part there is the hardened shackle. And you can see that the smart car is kind of bouncing.
Yeah, it was jumping a lot, just trying to pull that truck and pull that padlock itself.
And you can see that everything moving here, so that means that there's obviously tension here, and it's putting as much tension as possible, pulling those 2 vehicles apart. And you guys did this for a while.
Yes. Quite a long time, just to see kind of, over time of how long that would take, how long just going back and forth.
And this is the actual padlock that you were using.
This is the actual padlock.
And it still functions normally.
Still functions properly.
So maybe that's not a scenario that you would want to put a padlock to a test
Absolutely
in,
not.
But you're saying, is this on a trailer? Is this on a gate? How much pressure is it going to withstand before somebody can just snap it?
Yes.
Obviously, some padlocks are diffused with heavy machine tools, power tools, and so forth. But we're talking kind of
say if you walked up to a padlock and tried to just rip on it as hard as you could with as much force,
with a hammer,
or smack it with a hammer, smack the side of it with the hammer to try to get it to come. Yeah, how much force to get it to come loose or break loose.
And so this stood up. And some of the cool things with this padlock is you can match it up to a lot of existing keys. Correct?
Absolutely, yeah. So any keyway or most keyways will all fit in. It's just an interchangeable cylinder that goes inside the padlock. They all come out, and you can put it to your keyway of your facility or however you want to do that.
So you could have the same key for your front door, your back door, and the gate.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is a very flexible padlock.
Yes.
All right, what's our next one that we put to the test?
So the next one we put to the test is just your traditional, something you lock up your building with out back, or
maybe this is on a trailer.
A trailer, yeah, on the back of a trailer. So we hook it to the test. It did not take much force for this. If we can play the video, you can see, within a matter of a couple seconds, couple minutes, it just snapped and broke completely.
So we're kind of pulling against each other here.
Yep.
There it is.
Smart car is again shaking, just like it did in the other video.
I can't believe that smart car couldn't pull that Dodge Ram.
Yeah, tell me about it. And then it just snaps.
Man, it just gave up.
Yeah, it just didn't care. It just said, nope, I'm good. I don't want to do that.
So it really just kind of bent and pulled the shackle outside of the entire body.
Yeah, so inside these bodies with padlocks, there's either a ball or some type of locking mechanism that kind of pushes out and holds up against the shackle itself to hold that in. And that thing just instantly snapped and bent off and just broke.
So again, a good situation for this, again, maybe not necessarily practical pairing it up with vehicles, but a sledgehammer or just even kind of a regular 16-ounce hammer.
Absolutely.
Probably with a couple of hits, you're going to be able to pop that thing loose. So being mindful of what you're securing behind this.
Yes. And they make different shackle lengths as well. Sure. I don't think it was necessarily the size of the shackle. I think it was more on just the force that it took to break that piece out of there.
Okay.
So
kind of a very light duty padlock. So again, if you're thinking maybe this is just a quick lockup or something like that, and nobody's going to be messing with it, but putting this out where people have a lot of time to work on it, you probably are going to be.
And these you can't obviously make these interchangeable like you can with the other padlocks to match your existing keyway. So it kind of comes with 2 keys. You can get duplicates made, but it's just going to come fixed.
It's a fixed key.
You're not going to be able to. You probably can rekey this fairly easy, but with the Master Lock kit, you can rekey those no problem.
But it is going to be a separate key where this one you can match up to another key. Okay, so this one bit the dust pretty quick. That was real-time video there, so it bit the dust pretty quick. And then we have our third option here.
Yeah, so the third option is going to be our Beast of Beast padlocks. It's going to be your heavy duty. It's going to protect against all types of weather. It's also got a cover on the back that you can cover up for weather padlocks. This has a key retaining, so it leaves the key in until you lock it up. So
it just sounds like a big So key retaining. Let's talk about that.
So key retaining means basically right now, so this padlock here, I can't remove this key without locking the lock. So a lot of times you go up to a gate or something and people want to unlock the gate. Let's go take the key and roll out, and then we'll lock it later. It'll be all right. Well, a lot of places say, no, we don't want you to lock it later. We want it to be locked every single time. So put the key retaining, you have to have it locked before you can remove the key out of the lock.
So it gives you the ability to maybe lock it back to the fence or lock it back to the gate.
So it's not just hanging way open, and anybody can come up here and just grab the padlock, take it with them.
And the same thing can happen on
these padlocks as well. You can do key retaining. It's just a little clip in there that you have to put inside.
All right, so this is a beast of a padlock. I mean, this thing is heavy duty. We've got a video. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah, and we actually used a lot more force on this one because we knew it would withstand a lot better. But we pulled and pulled and pulled for quite a long time.
Look at this smart car. What's Thomas doing in there?
He looks like he's going
bouncing around. That is funny.
Yes.
So this is man, you're moving back and forth here, so you've got some real pressure between the two vehicles.
Yes.
Heavy duty. Look at that thing bouncing. Did he destroy the car?
I hope not. It was still driving when I drove it back around.
All right.
But so with this padlock too, it's made for that exactly. It's made for brunt force grinding. Anything you can get in a lock you can get into, but this is going to be a very, very, very hard lock to get into. It's going to be
boron alloy. Heavy duty shackle. I mean, this is built to last, obviously. And one of the things you haven't even talked about was the protected key.
Absolutely,
so this can't be copied.
Yes, not at all. So you get a protected key system with this, and you can get a protected key system with the traditional padlock as well. But the comparison of these two, you might as well go ahead and go with the heavy duty Beast padlock, so that nobody's having to worry about getting a copy of your key.
So you have less worry that somebody's going to be able to defeat this with ease.
Yep.
And you also know that if you give somebody a copy of that key, that they are not going to be able to duplicate it without your permission.
Yes, absolutely.
So there is the run of those 3 different options, 3 very usable, very common type padlocks, and at the end of the day, it's based off of the application. Yeah. Do you need to put this on your weed eater? Probably not because this is, your weed eater probably can be replaced for less than the padlock, but getting the right lock for the right application. But if you're securing some land, a big fence, a big gate, or some heavy duty equipment, some trailers with a lot of gear on it, then this is something that you might want to look at. So very cool. Well, it was fun to watch the videos and see.
It's fun to do. It's interesting
to see those vehicles bouncing back and forth, but very cool. So if you want to find out more information about padlocks, this is something that a lot of people use to protect their property. You can find out more by clicking on the link below, or you can contact us, give us a call, and we'll be happy to talk through that with you. Maybe you've got a facility where you need dozens and dozens of padlocks, but they all need to be keyed the same, or they need to be on a master key system. All of that is very doable with some of these padlocks versus some of your kind of common lower end padlocks that you can grab off the shelf. So we'd be happy to work through that with you and discuss that with you. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.